is to take a taxi to the border, hopefully make it across the border, and then find a way to Rio Gallegos from there. So right now I just got in a taxi from Punta Arenas for 100,000 Chilean pesos. And let's see how the rest of the day goes. What an adventure today. I made it across the border from Chile to Argentina. So how did I do that? Well, I took a taxi from Punta Arenas to the Chilean side. It's about a 2 hour ride, cost about 100,000 Chilean pesos. That all was pretty easy. Then I walked into a Chilean building, and basically exited the country, all very simple. Then it was interesting, I actually literally walked across the border for maybe half a kilometer or so to the Argentinian side. And that's when things got a little bit interesting. So first I had to go into a building and talk to a person who wanted to see vaccination and some other information. First of all, he didn't seem happy with the little cards that we had. He wanted something digital. Finally got around that. And then he definitely was not happy with my health insurance. He wanted it to say COVID specifically. And at some point, he basically said, "You cannot enter the country." I kept on talking and I tried to explain that medical covers COVID and that that's what the insurance company had told me. And I had an email to back it up, although there was no internet to bring up the email and he would not have been able to understand it anyways. But finally, he let me through. Then I went to another building to actually enter Argentina. There, that was much easier. There was a girl, she spoke English. She hooked me up with the Wi-Fi. It all went very well. And then the next challenge was getting to Rio Gallegos. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. And from the border, there's no transportation. I was hoping maybe there's a taxi there. There's no Uber, I found out, in Argentina. I was hoping maybe there's another small town closer by I could walk to get a taxi, but there's nothing in between the border and that town, which is like 50, 60 kilometers away. So I walked back in and I asked them, how should I get to the town? And she said, talk to the truckers. Maybe one of them will take you along with them. So I tried a few truckers and that wasn't going very well. Part of it is my Spanish is horrible. Uh, my next idea was to try the hitchhiking approach, which seems to be somewhat common over here. I have very low confidence with that, and that did not go well either. Although I did see other people using it successfully, although I think it definitely helps if you're a local. I was starting to run a little bit short on ideas, and then I heard some familiar accents, Americans. There was a group of three, and they were in a similar situation to me. I think they were also a little bit lost. They tried to cross up north, and they just paid like $300 for a taxi to get to the border. And we grouped together. We ended up getting a taxi to come out from Rio Gallegos to pick us up and take us back. And it actually turned out to be very inexpensive because we paid with dollars, which will be another story I'll get into later. But that is my border crossing story. I am now here in Argentina. I will be taking off tomorrow morning to head to Ushuaia, which will be a very exciting 12-hour bus ride. But tomorrow night I will be in Ushuaia.